I have never seen such a twisted crime scene. Multiple pregnant women were tied up on racks like livestock. Each of them had a suction device attached to their chest. The killer used transfer tubes to collect the milk, then sent it into baby bottles to supply the daily needs of the infants. Such a perverted scene once again refreshed the police understanding of depravity. Not long ago, after Lewis sent the baby and the old woman to the hospital, the doctors immediately examined her. But after the examination, they discovered that the old woman had long passed childbearing age. And more importantly, after DNA comparison, it was confirmed that the blood on her body belonged to someone else. Hearing this, Lewis immediately understood something. She slowly walked toward the old woman's hospital room. Seeing that the other party had woken up, she stepped forward at once. After a brief conversation, Lewis learned the old woman's name. But what puzzled her was that this old woman named Mercy did not seem to be the killer. But just as she was about to give up, one sentence from Mercy left her completely stunned.
Have you ever wondered why you encountered me today, detective? Maybe it was kismet. Maybe it was meant to be. Maybe it's a sign. I don't wonder.
Hearing this, Lewis gave a scornful smile. At this moment she was very certain this person was just a delusional mental patient. So Lewis did not plan to waste any more time, and immediately decided to send her to a mental institution. Afterward, from her colleagues, Lewis also learned about Mercy's past, and most importantly, she had once worked under Glee. Now all the evidence pointed to Glee. Lewis did not waste any more words, and directly led her colleagues to break into Glee's house. But just as they arrived, a colleague warned her that many armed criminals were hiding nearby. Hearing this, Lewis silently reached for the weapon at her side. Sure enough, the next second, something unexpected happened. The two quickly brought the situation under control, but looking at the scene before him, Glee showed no panic at all.
You are being toyed with by a false prophet. He thinks we are on the edge of the end. War, rumors of war, nations rising against nation. He wants to use you as a holy lamb. The death of a good woman will jar the people. Oh, hallelujah, will jar the people out of their stupor. That's right. It's happening all over. Slaughters of the evil and the good, so people will turn to salvation before the final chapter, okay?
And you know this how?
Why do you think I sent Maisie to you?
Does Maisie know him?
She was one of his congregants.
Hearing this, Lewis was instantly stunned. She had thought Glee was the real killer, but she never expected there was someone else behind it all. And at this point, the case became even more confusing. But unexpectedly that very night, while Lewis was organizing the case files, she suddenly received a call from a mysterious person.
Who is this?
Listening to the heavy breathing on the other end, Lewis instantly understood that the person was the killer she had been tracking. Although she did not know the person's purpose, she still angrily cursed at him.
Sick fuck, and I will get you before you have the pleasure. I am fully awake now, and it's you who should be terrified.
After hanging up the phone, Lewis felt an unexplainable irritation. Then she went to the kitchen to throw away the leftover dinner trash. But at that moment, she keenly noticed someone seemed to be outside the window. Seeing this, Lewis quickly grabbed her handgun and chased after them. But just as she was searching for the killer's trail, a sudden shout came from behind her.
Oh, hello? Hello? Hello?
Seeing that it was her husband's caregiver, Lewis lowered her weapon. She thought something had happened with her husband, but the caregiver picked up the bottle in her hand and said she wanted to have a few drinks with Lewis and talk about life. Since she did not know the caregiver's purpose, Lewis could only politely invite her inside. After 2 strong drinks, the caregiver opened her heart to Lewis and sincerely apologized to her. It turned out that many years ago, the caregiver had already fallen in love with Lewis' husband. Hearing this, Lewis showed no strong reaction. She patiently listened as the caregiver talked about the past, and after the story ended, Lewis even stood up and held the caregiver's hands. At this moment, the caregiver thought Lewis had forgiven her, but the next second,
You spoke too soon. If I see you around my husband's hospital room one more time, it will be you that's on life support. Now you have to the count of 4 to get the fuck out of my house. 1, 2, 3.
After this brief interruption, unable to sleep, Lewis went to find Mercy, planning to question her about the killer. But Mercy kept her mouth tightly shut, only telling her the hiding place of the babies to rescue the trapped children as soon as possible. Lewis immediately led her team there, and that is how the opening scene came to be. While her colleagues were busy rescuing the trapped pregnant women, Lewis was drawn by a song into the next room. Looking at the walls covered with photos, Lewis felt a chill run down her spine. It turned out the killer had always been right by her side, but the very next second, a figure suddenly appeared behind her. Feeling the breath behind her, Lewis did not panic at all. She knocked the other person's hands away, then quickly fired and hit the target. But as the mask was removed, Lewis froze on the spot.